All right, good morning. The pardon board is now at Washita Parish Jail. It's 11:30 on Thursday, October 30th, 2025. Would any staff there in Washita please introduce yourself for the record?
Good morning, it's Deputy Marchand.
Thanks for accommodating us today. We appreciate it. And we have before us Miss Francis.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is Keisha Francis, DOC number 717310.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. And you are here seeking a commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in July 2018 in St. Mary Parish for a manslaughter conviction. You received a 20-year sentence. You have a parole eligibility date, which is in November of 2030. But you do have a good time date, which is before then. You have a mandatory release date in August of 2029.
Yes,
Is all
ma'am.
that's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your case was assigned to Mr. Prater, so I'm going to turn it over to him.
Okay, Miss Francis, is Francis your first name or your last name?
My last.
Okay, Miss Francis, first off, tell me what you did to get there where you are right now and what you've done to improve your life and your conduct to where you feel like that you're deserving of a early release.
Well, when I first made it to prison, I talked to Miss April about getting in every class imaginable. And I've graduated 8 rehabilitation classes. I've taken 2 trades. I got my GED. I graduated from college, and I'm currently in a transitional work program.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate all your hard work in doing all of that. Why are you in jail?
For manslaughter. Back in 2013, I was prostituting at the time, and I met my victim, Willie, just in the neighborhood. I didn't even know where I was. It's somewhere where my mom lived at. And on the night that I committed my crime, me and him had an altercation because he kept saying that he didn't want to pay me the price that I was asking for, and things got heated between me and him. We were arguing, and I was like, well, I'll hang out with you, but I can't give you anything more than that. And so my auntie drove me to the gas station for him to pick me up, and we went with him. I went with him, and I forgot my charger, and I went home, and the guy that I was in a relationship with at the time, he was calling my phone, and I answered, and he was asking me where I was. I told him that I had went back to my mom's house to get my phone charger, and he was livid. He was upset. Why would you bring him to my house? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? And he hung up on me. So me and Willie's driving. I don't know where we were. And my mom called me again, and my mom was like, well, we're having trouble with the car or whatever, and asked me to ask him if he knew how to fix it. So I let them talk, and he said that he didn't know, but he would figure it out, like he would come see. And they told him where we were, and we went to where they were on the side of the road. They had the hood up, but I didn't see any smoke or anything, like nothing was visibly wrong with it. And me and Willie went to the front of the car, and my auntie was there. She kept saying that she didn't know what was wrong with it. He leaned over the car. Then my brother came one way. My co-defendant, who was my boyfriend at the time, Kirk, came the other way. They were arguing with him. My brother pulled a gun on him. Kirk had a knife pulled out, and Willie pushed me towards him, and I got upset, and I grabbed him, and me and him fought, and unfortunately, I stabbed him.
How many times you stabbed him?
I'm not sure.
Several times, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were 15 years old?
Yes, sir.
And your aunt knew you were prostituting?
My whole family knew it.
Your mom too, and everybody?
Yes, sir.
That's pitiful that, anyway, that's not for me to say. Okay, well, I appreciate that interview, and what we'll do now is we'll talk to somebody that wants to talk on your behalf, April Cody. And then we will support you. Then we'll move over to those in opposition. And we got several people that want to speak that are the victims, kinfolk. And so we'll let them talk, and then the board will come back and ask you some questions. So you're not through talking yet, but we're gonna move on to the supporters and those in opposition. So Miss April Cody, am I saying that right? Cody?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to be part of it because Keisha was here with me at LTCW. I'm the program director when she completed all her courses. I had her actually for 7 years. She worked here for me. She completed all the classes. She was right at 20 when I got her here. The changes she's made in the 7 years are amazing. She did come and ask, I want to take anything and everything, and she did. Anything that she could be putting into, she took. She did her high set, went on for the associates, and got her bachelor's through Ashland. So she was very productive. When she left here for transitional work program, she was a trustee, had trustee status, had worked for the warden, and was working in commissary.
Okay. Well, we thank you for that very much. Ms. Francis, before I go to the folks in opposition, is there anybody, where are you located right now?
Washita Correctional Center in
How-
West Monroe
How long have you been there?
since August 26th.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't speak to the staff about that, or unless they have, does any of the staff in the room have anything to say?
No, sir. She's been here for a while now with no incidents, no disciplinary report, and just working away at work release with us.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Appreciate that. We'll move on now to some folks, and they're all on Zoom. And the first one we'll hear from is the victim's brother, Mr. Dwayne Francis. Mr. Dwayne Francis, would you talk to us, please?
Yes, sir. All right. My first question is how everybody in the family knew you was prostituting, but him,
But who?
but your man.
Don't ask her
He
question. You
knew I
gotta
was.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to get something
talk.
understood. I just want to get something understood because when I looked at the picture on Facebook that they posted, she was smiling. You know what I mean? So it was like you was celebrating something, and I want to know what you were celebrating.
Okay.
You can't ask her questions. You gotta talk to us.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, talk to us and tell us what you want to
Well,
say about the
I
victim.
feel like, man, my brother was stabbed 70-something times. He wasn't just stabbed one time. You understand? This wasn't no accident. This was planned. This wasn't no accident. This was planned, boss man. The second thing is, how many people do y'all let out of jail that's aggravated offenders and they go back and do the same thing again? And they holler about they didn't change their life and they did that. Yeah, because you had no other choice. I've been to prison. You ain't got no other choice but get in these programs. That's the only option you have to do these programs. Of course you're going to get all these programs done. Of course, I did it. I've been to prison, but I ain't never killed nobody. And guess what? They made me do all of my time. So why should I let her out on my
Okay.
brother's behalf? You know,
Well,
like
let's
I
move
just
on. Thank you. We appreciate those comments, sir. Let's move on to Crystal Harris, the mother.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, Ms. Harris, would you tell us what's on your mind about what's your thoughts on her being paroled early?
I feel like my son. Everything was planned. And if it wasn't planned, they wouldn't have never stabbed him as many a time as they did. They left him in the cold in a ditch. The picture they took on Facebook, no remorse. It was a smile. I don't want her out. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's her choice. She's forced to do all those programs because she has nothing else to do while she's in jail. You understand? And I feel she's done it already. She'll do it again. I'm sorry. It might be years later, but who child would it be next?
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate those comments. We'll take them into consideration. Miss Brianna Webb, the sister, are you on Zoom for us?
Yes, sir, I am.
Ma'am, would you tell us what's on your mind?
Yes, sir. I just want to let you know, like, I have a teenage niece. She's never going to be able to walk down the aisle with her father. She'll never have her father at her graduation. She's crying every day, saying she misses her dad. She don't know what to do in this world without a father. She's not going to ever have a chance to be a daddy's girl because someone decided to take his life over whatever. And the way they took it was brutal. It was very brutal. It was not a small taking a life. I shot the gun once and then he died. It was brutal. They left him alone. They left him to just rot alone. And they took his vehicle at that with his cell phone. If it wasn't on purpose, it was a lot going on. You took his vehicle, you killed him, you took his phone, you left his daughter with no one but a mother and a family to tell her who her dad was. She'll never know who her father was here as a person. She don't get that opportunity. And I know if anyone that's on the stand has any kids, y'all like think about like the way y'all kid would live with no father, no parent. I have 2 kids alone, and my kid, like I can understand where my niece is coming from. She don't have an opportunity, so I don't feel like we should give someone else an opportunity that took her dad's opportunity away from him. She don't get a second chance. My brother don't get a second chance to come back on his road. He don't get a second chance to come back. So I don't feel like we should give someone else a second chance. Time is you do the crime, you do the time. And that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, thank you very much, and we will consider everything that you said when we make our final vote. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Francis, back to you. Before I turn it over to the fellow board members for any questions, let me ask a couple of questions myself. You hadn't, have you had any victim impact classes? I think you have. I think I wrote that down. You have had victim awareness.
Yes, sir.
And anger management, celebrate recovery. You've had all of those and successfully completed them, but yet I'm having trouble getting any remorse out of you. Tell me what you feel about the victim.
I know that what I did wasn't right. And I know I had to fight with myself plenty of times. Like I took somebody from his mother, I took somebody from his family, I took somebody from their child, you know. And at the time I made a lot of excuses for myself. I made a lot of excuses. I was like, well, if he didn't this, I wouldn't that. But I'm at a point in my life where I understand that I did something wrong. It's nobody else's fault but mine. Like, I have to beat myself up every day. Like, listen, you did this. You're a horrible person for it. You don't deserve a chance. I even said this morning, like, if I'm told no, then I probably deserve it. Because at the end of the day, I get a chance to live again. He doesn't. And that is wrong. He didn't deserve what I did to him. His family doesn't deserve what I did to them either.
Okay. Are you in contact with your family at all?
Yes, sir. Not always, but yes.
Okay. You got a good time parole eligibility date or good time date of 8 of 2029. Got opposition from the victim's family that you heard and from the sheriff, the AG, and the judge. I think we've been over your GED and your associate, and you're going to get your bachelor's, and you're on the dean's list. So how many years have you served of your 20-year sentence?
12 years.
You got your bachelor's.
I got my bachelor's already, but
I'm sorry, say that?
I completed my bachelor's last year, but I've been incarcerated for 12 years.
Okay, good. That was, this was when you filled out the application you were about to get. That's what that, so you served 12 of 20 years. All right, I don't have any other questions.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your job now? What do you do at the work release?
I work at OCM. I'm a micro tester in the lab.
All right, sounds like a pretty good job. Okay, and tell me, I mean, what this was it all premeditated? Did you know they were gonna kill him when they got there? This is your time to fess up.
Not until we was at the hospital, no.
So you didn't know that they were gonna attack him or rob him or nothing?
No, sir.
Okay, and no other question.
What do you plan to do if released?
I want to come back up here and keep my job and eventually go to school for real estate.
Okay. All right. I have no more questions.
All right, I don't see any other questions, Ms. Francis, so I think we're prepared to vote. Mr. Prater?
This is a tough one. Could we have a brief executive session to talk about some procedural matters, please?
We have a motion for executive session.
I second.
Second by Mr. Tillis. Any objection? Hearing none, we'll be in executive session, Ms. Francis, for a few moments to discuss confidential matters. We'll be
Yes,
right
ma'am.
back. All right, Ms. Francis, it's 11:52. Without objection, we'll return to regular session, and we are prepared to vote. Mr. Prater will be voting first.
Okay, you got some very good letters from everybody that you've been associated with while you've been incarcerated there, as far as wardens and others. You've completed all the courses that we expected you to, plus many others. You put in a lot of hard work. You were thrown into a situation at 15 with a family that did you very much injustice, in my opinion. And all those are mitigating factors to say that you'll be getting out in 2029 regardless of what we do. But I'd like for the parole board to take a look at this and to see what they think. They can even dig into it deeper than we possibly have. Some of us will be on that parole board probably, and we'll take it and study your case a little bit further. But rather than deny you that opportunity, my vote is going to be that we grant you the opportunity to appear before the parole board if the governor agrees. So we'll have to take a vote, and the governor will have to look at it, and they'll have to decide. Then it'll go back to the parole board to hear you again if he agrees with us. So my vote is to grant you this opportunity to appear for the parole board by granting you a commutation of your sentence with immediate parole opportunity.
Okay, Mr. Freeman?
Thank you.
Wow. This is a tough case. Parole doesn't mean you're gonna get out. So I'm okay with that. I concur with Mr. Prater. We'll look at you for parole, but that's only after if the governor agrees. Then you'd have to come back and forth us and we'll look at it deeper at that time. But right now I concur. Make immediate parole eligible.
Mr. Tillis?
I concur with Mr. Freeman and Mr. Prater.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I concur with Mr. Freeman and Mr. Prater for the same reasons.
Ms. Francis, you've received 4 votes. That's what you need, but I do concur with my colleagues. My vote would be to make that recommendation to the governor that you be immediately parole eligible for further consideration for early release at that time. So we're going to make that recommendation on your behalf. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And does that